I started working nights because I wanted to be alone. The hotel was quieter after midnight. Fewer smiles, fewer questions. Just long hallways, dim lights, and the soft hum of machines that never slept. Suited me. I didn't want to be seen. I wanted to be useful and invisible at the same time. The kind of girl people forgot 5 minutes after they passed her. On my first week, the manager warned me about one room. Top floor. End of the hall. He pays well, she said. He doesn't complain. And he doesn't like to be disturbed. He nodded. That sounded perfect. I didn't want trouble. I wanted routine. The first time I saw him, I was refilling the ice machine. He was standing in the reflection of the metal door behind me. I hadn't heard him approach. He didn't say hello. He just watched. Dark coat even indoors. When I turned, he didn't move. Didn't apologize. Just studied my face like he was deciding something. You work too quietly, he said. I'm sorry. You don't make enough noise for someone who's supposed to be here, he replied. My stomach tightened. I try not to bother guests. His mouth curved slightly. Not a smile. Not quite. You don't bother me, he said. Then he walked past me toward the stairs, leaving the air colder than before. After that, I noticed him everywhere. Not in a creepy way. Not at first. Just often. Always on my floor. Always at the far end of the hall. Sometimes standing outside his door. Sometimes leaning against the window at the end, looking down at the street like he was counting something. He never spoke to me again. But he watched. And somehow I started working slower on that floor. Taking longer to change sheets. Longer to vacuum. Longer to exist where he might see me. I told myself it was nothing. That it didn't mean anything. But the night he finally spoke again, he didn't say my name. He said, "You're not as invisible as you think." My keycard stopped working on his door the next morning. I stood there longer than I should have, swiping the card again and again like the door might change its mind. Didn't. Red light. My stomach twisted. I checked the room number. End of the hall. His room. The one everyone avoided. I radioed the front desk. My key's not working on 917, I said. There was a pause. Too long. Housekeeping isn't scheduled for that room today, the manager replied. But, just skip it, she added quickly. He asked for privacy. I slid the radio back onto my belt, my fingers cold. He'd done this on purpose. I knew it. I finished the rest of my floor, but my attention kept drifting back to the end of the hall. His door. Waiting. Watching me even when it was closed. That night, I was emptying the laundry chute when I heard footsteps behind me. Low. And hurried. I didn't turn around right away. I already knew who it was. You tried to come into my room, he said. I didn't, I was scheduled, I replied. He stopped close enough that I could feel his presence. Schedules are suggestions, he said quietly. You only knock when you're invited. I swallowed. Then invite me. The words slipped out before I could stop them. Silence. Dangerous. He leaned closer. Careful, he murmured. That's how you end up exactly where you don't belong. My heart thudded. But I didn't move. The next shift, there was a small envelope in my locker. No name. Just my employee number written neatly on the front. Inside was a single key card. Not blue like ours. Black. No markings. And a note. Use this when you're ready to stop pretending you're just cleaning. My hands shook as I folded the paper. I didn't throw it away. I didn't report it. I slipped the black card into my pocket and went back to work like nothing had happened. But every step I took down that hallway felt heavier. Like I was already walking toward something I wasn't supposed to want. I didn't use the card that night. I told myself I was stronger than curiosity. Smarter than temptation. But I kept touching the pocket where it was hidden, like it might move on its own. My shift dragged. Every cart squeaked louder than usual. Every door felt like a decision. When I finally reached the end of the hall, his door was closed. The carpet in front of it looked darker, like someone had been standing there a long time. Stop. counted to 3, then kept walking. My heart didn't slow down for 10 minutes. The next night, the hallway was empty. Too empty. No TVs murmuring. No distant laughter. Just the hum of the lights and my own breathing. I reached his door and stood there without meaning to. I didn't knock. I pulled the black card from my pocket. Felt warm. Like it had been waiting. I slid it into the slot. Green light. The lock clicked open. The room was dark, except for one lamp near the window. He was standing there, already awake, already watching. "You're late," he said. "I didn't say I was coming," I replied. "You did," he answered calmly. "With your feet." I stayed near the door. "You gave me this," I said, holding up the card. "I gave you a choice," he corrected. My pulse thudded. "And if I leave?" He tilted his head slightly. "You won't." He was right again. I took a step in. Then another. The door closed behind me with a soft, final sound. He didn't touch me. He didn't move closer. He just watched me take in the room. Me. Controlled. Too clean for a hotel. "You don't belong in the background," he said. "You just learned how to hide there." "Then why me?" I whispered. "Because you're tired of being small," he replied. "And I'm tired of pretending I don't see it." Silence settled between us. Heavy. Intimate. Broke it. "What do you want?" He smiled faintly. "I want you to stop asking that like you don't already know." I felt the shift before I understood it. The air in the room wasn't just heavy anymore. It was waiting. Waiting for me. He didn't move closer. He didn't have to. "You think wanting something makes you weak," he said quietly. "It doesn't. Hiding from it does." I crossed my arms, trying to hold myself together. "You don't know what I want." He took one slow step forward. "Then stop pretending you don't." My breath caught. Not fear. Not exactly. Something sharper. Truer. He circled me like he was studying a painting he already owned but hadn't touched yet. "You walk these halls every night," he said. "You clean up after other people's messes. You erase yourself so no one has to notice you." He stopped in front of me. "But you notice me." "I didn't mean to," I whispered. "That's the best kind." He lifted his hand and stopped inches from my face. Waiting. Testing. I didn't move away. His fingers brushed my chin, tilting my head up so I had to look at him. "There," he murmured. "That's you. Not hiding." My heart was loud. My body wasn't running anymore. "So what happens now?" I asked. "Now," he said, "you decide if you're brave enough to stay seen." He stepped back again, breaking the moment like he was snapping a thread. "Not tonight," he added. "Tonight you go back to work. And you think about why you came in here." And blinked. "That's it. For now. Control. Always control." I walked out of his room on legs that didn't feel like mine. The hallway looked the same. Same lights. Same carpet. Same doors. But I wasn't the same person walking through it. Every step felt louder. Villa. When I reached the supply closet, I leaned against the wall and closed my eyes. I could still feel his fingers on my chin. Not on my skin. On my mind. The next night, I didn't wait for the card to pull me in. I went straight to his door. I didn't knock. I didn't hesitate. I used the black card like it belonged to me now. The door opened. He was already there. "You're learning," he said. "No," I replied softly. "I'm choosing." He looked at me like that was the right answer. He didn't move toward me when I came in. That was his new rule. He waited. Like the choice had to be mine every time. Closed the door myself. Not softly. Not slowly. I wanted him to hear it. "You came back," he said. "I didn't leave," I replied. Something changed in his eyes. Not hunger. Not surprise. Respect. I stepped closer. "You keep telling me who I am," I said. "But you never asked who I want to be." He tilted his head. "Then tell me." "I want to stop disappearing." Silence stretched. Then he said, "Then stop asking me for permission." The words hit harder than anything he'd said before. I took another step. Then another. He didn't retreat. Didn't advance. He let me close the space. You think control is something I take, he murmured. But it's something you hand over. Not anymore, I said. A faint smile touched his mouth. Not dominance. Not victory. Recognition. After that night I didn't work the same way. I didn't walk quieter. I didn't rush past mirrors. I stopped lowering my eyes. The hallway felt different. Like it belonged to me too now. He watched me change without touching me. Without guiding me. Like the point had never been to own me. Just to wake me up. On my last shift of the month, I found another envelope in my locker. Same handwriting. Inside was nothing but a single sentence. You're not hiding anymore. I folded the paper carefully. Not because I was afraid to lose it. But because I didn't need it. I didn't fall in love with him. I didn't run away with him. I didn't become his. Became visible. And once you do that, you never fit back into the dark again.